Hey there, and welcome to the very first episode of sunsisterpodcast. I'm Laurie, I'm 26, and I live in Lyon, France, where I work as a journalist. First of all, I'm French, so I apologize in advance for my not so great English. I'm also Italian, but that's a completely different story. There are two things that really define myself: travels and feminism. I've visited and sometimes lived in about 40 countries, and it's been years I identify as a feminist. You know, the person who kills the mood at a party? Yep, that's me. 1 year ago, I was just starting a 3-month train journey across Europe. I wanted to record the stories of the women I meet along the road because I was pretty curious about their daily life and the women's rights situation in their country. I've been inspired by stunning women podcasters and started thinking about creating my own podcast. So one day, when having a late drink with two close friends, I thought, let's do this. So I put 2 small microphones in my backpack and here I am. This podcast is following my Interrail trip in Europe during the spring of 2023. Each episode is recorded in a different country and in a different environment. You'll hear the story of 10 inspiring women of all origins and backgrounds that I met when traveling. I like to think they are my sun sisters or my sisters under the same sun. Some of them were my roommates in hostels, some were my neighbors during a long train ride, others were my most generous host during this trip. Among the many topics, you will find ecofeminism, women in tech, solo traveling, body positivity, or representation issues. One thing, in this podcast, I think you got it, we'll talk about women's rights. In that regard, my feminism is intersectional. In this respect, when I use the word woman, I say it in a broad sense, including trans women and people from gender minorities. That being said, I'm very pleased to take you with me on this journey. There will be a new episode released every Friday early morning. To not miss anything, you can set the alarm on the app you're using at the moment. You can also follow the account sunsisterpodcast on Instagram for more content. I hope the stories you'll hear will inspire you. I hope you recognize yourself in some of them and be surprised by others. I hope it will lead to great conversations with your friends, families, and life partners. I hope it will inspire you to go travel the world too. And mostly, I hope you have fun as much as I did. Alright, see you next Friday.